What happened?
Oh, I thought.
Are we on Pacific time? I mean, there's no one here.
Kim's not here, so she's coming in.
Yeah, they'll make up for it, but that's going to
So she
be.
sits there. All right, so we'll just move it.
Good morning. This is the Town of Hempstead Board of Appeals, December 3rd, 9:30 a.m. meeting. Will everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
I guess in looking at the audience, we must be on Pacific time because we don't have anybody here. And at the end, we're going to take a survey to see how many people like the fact that we have heat today, which we normally do not. Other than that, for those of you who have not appeared before us, the order in which we conduct the hearings are as follows. Number one, we call any adjournments or requests for adjournments. If there are none, we'll get into the calendar call. First, we'll call applications for renewals, and then we'll get into the hearings. The hearings themselves are conducted as follows. The applicant makes their case. If there is anyone in opposition, we'll hear the opposition, and then the applicant will be given the opportunity to sum up. As far as evidence is concerned, during the hearings, we'll accept any reasonable evidence. However, once we close the hearings, we will accept no evidence. The hearing is the hearing, and that's what stands. The record is made. We have a court reporter. The hearings are videotaped. They're archived. You can refer to them in the future. And I believe that's about all I have to say this morning. We don't have much of an audience, but that doesn't mean we'll be out of here by 10 o'clock. Patrick, any requests for adjournment?
Mr. Chairman, we have a few applications for adjournment this morning. First, case 61425, Belmore, Paul R. and Hilda Hayden at 2325 Center Avenue. Case 61425. Mr. Chairman, I did speak with the applicants. They are not in town when we're unable to attend the hearing. They would like to have an adjournment for December 17th at 11.
How does that calendar look, Patrick?
Mr. Chairman, it's a renewal, so I think we can put them on for that date.
12/17, 11 a.m. Which case was that, John? That is 614. Any others, Patrick?
In addition, we have case 61925, Levittown Catering Incorporated, also known as 2686 Hempstead Turnpike.
The applicant requested an adjournment on that case? And when can we put it on?
So I would like somebody, we told them that they had to appear here for the adjournment request. There seems to be either new plans or change of use for what they were originally coming for. So I'm not sure if they are looking for an adjournment or they're going to ultimately withdraw the original application. It depends on what they're doing. They were supposed to be here this morning.
We'll make that second.
Okay.
Any others?
That is all I have for this morning.
We will start calling the calendar.
First, we have cases 6/11/25 through 6/12/25, Oceanside, ML Oceanside Holdings LLC, doing business as T-Mobile. Renewal of grants to maintain second sign not permitted in existing panel on light pole, setback 7 feet from Long Beach Road and 6 feet from rear property line. Maintain one double-faced illuminated detached ground sign, setback 6 feet from Long Beach Road and 10 feet from Mott Street and within the clear sight triangle, also known as 3483 Long Beach Road.
Anyone here on that case? Come up, sir.
Right here.
No.
Please raise your hand. Right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Good morning. My name is Michael Lane, managing member of 3483 Long Beach Road.
Sir, I'm sorry, you need to speak in louder and closer to the mic because the, you'll take it down.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Michael Lane from ML Oceanside Holdings LLC, property at 3483 Long Beach Road in Oceanside. And I'm here today to renew the variance of the existing T-Mobile signage.
Okay, so the building department inspected the property on September 17th, 2025, and they found that all conditions previously imposed by this board are being complied with. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, sir?
No, sir.
Do I have any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move, Mr. Chairman, that the hearing be closed, that the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome, have a great day.
Next, we have case 6/13/25, Oceanside Molnar Performance Incorporated, doing business as TJ Automotive. Renewal of grant to maintain one double-faced illuminated detached ground sign, overall size 120 square feet, 60 square feet per face, overall height 18 feet, setback 1 foot from Long Beach Road and 10 feet from side property line, also known as 3401 Long Beach Road.
Anyone here on that case?
Yes.
Come up.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name and address for the record.
My name is Steve Molnar, 3401 Long Beach Road, Oceanside. I'm the owner of TJ Automotive and Molnar Performance.
So this is a renewal of a grant to maintain a sign, correct?
Yes,
And the building department inspected the property on September 18th, 2025, and they found that all conditions previously imposed by the board are being complied with. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
no, sir.
Okay. Do I have any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I just have a quick question. I see that it's only 1 foot back from Long Beach Road, and I realize you're in compliance with all the previously imposed conditions. What does the sign actually say? Does it say TJ Automotive?
Yes, I have a picture if you'd like to see it.
Yeah, may I? Mr. Chairman, may we take that into evidence?
We may take it in evidence at your request.
Thank you. Where is the sign located?
Are you contemplating?
I know. I just want to see because, Long Beach Road's so bad. Oh, yeah. No problem. I mean, those are a problem when you go to pull out. Good. Okay.
Beautiful. Mrs. D'Amato likes it.
Yes, I do.
Would you like to make a motion, Mrs. D'Amato?
I would like to make a motion, Mr. Chairman. I would move that the hearing be closed, that the matter be placed on the decision calendar, and you will be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second?
Okay, thank you very much.
Second? All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Opposed?
You're
Okay.
free to go.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Next, we have case 6/15/25, Oceanside 1M2S Family Limited Partnership, doing business as Sherwin-Williams Paint. Renewal of grant to maintain one double-faced detached illuminated ground sign, overall height 17 feet, and setback 0 feet from Long Beach Road property line, also known as 2994 Long Beach Road. Sir, just raise your right hand. Please, you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, attorney for the applicant, Manmohan Bakshi, 30 Wall Street, 8th floor, New York, New York. I'll entertain any questions. The application is for a renewal of the grant that was made on January 31st, 2018. The sign was installed pursuant to the grant and has been maintained like that. There's been no alterations to the sign.
What is the business associated with it? What does the sign say?
Sign says Sherwin-Williams. The application, I think, somehow erroneously states that my client, 1M2S Family Limited Partnership, is DBA Sherwin-Williams. In fact, my client owns the property and they lease it to Sherwin-Williams Paint.
But it's a DBA is Sherwin-Williams Point.
Paint.
No, paint.
Paint.
That's a typo.
Paint.
Oh,
Typo.
duh. We just discussed it was a paint store before I asked you that question too.
Okay, so the building department inspected the property on September 30th, 2025, and they found that all conditions previously imposed by the board are being complied with. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, sir?
I do not.
Okay, any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Chairman, this is has been a 5-year renewal grant, and it's well beyond the 5 years. Just
Well,
be aware of that. It will probably be renewed for another 5 years, so
I understand.
good, thank you.
Appreciate that.
No further questions, sir.
I just want to take a moment, Mr. Chairman, to see where it is.
photographs?
I don't suppose you brought a photograph.
I have the original filings that.
No, sir. Sir, she asked if you brought a photograph.
I did not know.
Okay.
Oh, is this not by a turnout? There's the out.
No, it's not by, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions from the board?
No, I just, given that the sign is right on the property line, it's set back literally 0 feet from the property line. I always worry about the visibility of exiting because the Long Beach Road can be such a dangerous road.
Of course.
But I see there's a large planter and it's in the middle of it, which is a reasonably significant distance from where one turns out of the property. In addition to that, I noticed that it's a single monopole and it's quite high, which I know sometimes people think is frowned upon, and I know it is in some aspects, but I also like that it provides a small pole that is less likely to block visibility
Appearance.
for one turning underneath or turning out of the premises. So I have no other questions, Mr. Chairman, and as in fact, I have a motion. I would move that the hearing be closed and that the matter be placed on the decision calendar. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thank
opposed?
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, we have case 61625 Levittown. Rachel Lackow as trustee of the Lackow Family Irrevocable Trust, mother-daughter residence, second kitchen, also known as 79 Periwinkle Road. Yes, just 1 second. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, my name is Ronald Juarez, 26 Bluegrass Lane, Levittown, New York.
Morning,
Morning.
Rachel Lackow, 79 Periwinkle Road, Levittown.
morning.
So I'm here as representing the Lackow family. We have mother Estee Lackow and Rachel, the daughter. She's the trustee of the Lackow Family Trust. And we're requesting the variance for a mother-daughter to put in a second kitchen on the second floor where Rachel will be residing. Her mother's here in the back. She's a former nurse, and she's been injured from work, and she's permanently on disability. Reason is having Rachel being a caretaker of her as being residing, having accessibility to live upstairs. Rachel recently got married, and so she could be with her
Thank you.
So she could be with her household and taking care of her mother at the same time.
I only have on the sheet, it only says 2 people are going to be living in the home. She's recently married?
Recently, as of,
As of like a month ago.
Okay, so do you want to update this to put in your husband's name as well?
at the time when we filed for it, they were not married.
I understand, but they are married now.
Okay, sir.
I gotta find the
Let me go
video.
here.
Did I give you your sheet?
I have my sheet.
Give me a moment here.
You can initial the addition and date it, please.
Dawn, I can't find the VAR. Oh, I just found it. It's just not long this time.
So your mother is going to be living on the first floor?
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry.
Rachel will be living on the second floor,
Okay.
where her and her husband will be living on the second floor, and the mother on the first floor. There was a plan that was submitted which shows the kitchen in the taking over the existing study. There is no intent to rent or lease this property at all. It is with a mother-daughter relationship. There is also the revert plan where they will take out, in circumstances, if it comes and arises, they will remove the kitchen and bring it back to original per the approved plans.
And your client is aware of the conditions that are associated with mother-daughter grants? 1 doorbell, 1 mailbox, must look like one family home, and it is not transferable. Should you desire to sell the house, the grant is voided at that point. Someone would have to come in, make a new grant if they wanted the same relief. How many cars do you have?
You'd have 3 cars.
3 cars. Is there room to park the cars off-street?
So there is spots for the cars to be parked off street, and there's also it's a 2-car driveway.
Okay. Is there a garage at the house?
No.
Okay. Is there on-street parking?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute. That's pretty. Should we? What do you think about?
That's not the house. Wait.
That's not the house?
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just.
That's not the
Did they
house.
already put the second floor on? Becky said this exterior second entrance like that should have been disallowed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But also. Bedroom. Okay, you've maybe not been here before, so Rebecca First is one of our top plans examiners in the building department, but on Wednesdays, we're lucky enough to get her to answer our questions. And I was asking about the exterior entrance on the rear with the second story case. Let me just see, the board should have.
Here.
Yes, he's my father, or he was my father. Yes. He retired about 8 years ago. He unfortunately just passed away a couple of months ago. Yes, but I'm his daughter. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he was here 38 years with the town, I believe. 38 years. Yeah. So.
Okay, so one request or one option that the board will discuss when it deliberates is changing that rear door that's on the second floor to a glass slider door rather than a open and closed door. Because we don't often allow the balcony with the stairs and the standard, front door entrance style door, but we'll discuss that during our deliberations. Also, I must put for the record, Board of Architectural Review looks at every application for mother, daughter, immediate family and determines whether or not it's suitable to be used in that fashion and suitable to revert back to a single family dwelling at the cessation of that use. And when often the board makes recommendations such as take out the door at the top of the stairs, etc. But then we give that litigants an opportunity, the applicant opportunity to tell us why that may be unsafe for pets or children or too expensive, overly burdensome. In the case of, and I need to put this on the record, so bear with me. In the case of this application, the board has determined that the dwelling is suitable for such use and restorable to a single-family use after the mother-daughter use has ceded, and therefore it makes no recommendation, so you need not explain why you want the application how you want it. If you have any reason as to why the sliding glass door creates some undue burden or some safety hazard, you can certainly tell us at this time. Otherwise, we will include it in our deliberations.
Door to a slide.
But it's still.
Yes. The lock, yeah. Lock. We can agree to put the sliding glass door. No
Thank
problem.
you. Okay, I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman. Oh, did someone go over? Hold on. Did we check the permits?
Perfect.
The rear entrance is there now existing, correct?
No, not the one we're talking.
No, it's on the proposed dormer plans. They were approved with the deck and the steps to that balcony. It's to give Rachel an exterior space that she could be outside instead of coming down out.
Joey. No, I think the rear. Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, that the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Each of you who have signed in will all receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered.
Second.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, we have case 61725, Seaford, Janet A. Wise. Variance to construct addition lower than base flood elevation attached dwelling, also known as 3675 Bayview Street. You swear affirm to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please take a seat, state your name and address for the record.
Good morning. Richard Bronchick, Bronchick. That's on behalf of JL Drafting, 707 Route 110, Farmingdale, New York, 11735.
If I might just ask you right out of the gate, I take it you also will or have already started working on a state variance because you're below BFE and DFE?
You already have it. Could I submit a copy?
Yes. We'll accept it in evidence.
Who do I give it?
Hold on, they'll get it. That's because That still doesn't change it.
No.
We're lower than that.
Mhm.
With the state variance, would you still like a full presentation?
Yes,
Yes.
please, because ours is, well, yes, please.
It's fine. Yes?
Yeah, they're really granting you the difference, those 2 feet. And granted, they're aware it even is lower than that, but we still have to analyze going below the BFE. So, yes, please.
So, we are proposing to construct a 14 by 22 sunroom attached to the rear of the existing dwelling. The proposed elevation is to be 8.2 feet. As per section 19 NYCRR Part 1220, the 2020 Residential Code of the State of New York, section R322.1.4, the minimum required elevation is 10 feet, which is the base 8-foot base elevation plus 2 feet of freeboard. A variance of these requirements allowing the proposed 8.2 feet elevation for the...
Oh, hold on. Did you
Yes.
just say that you're in a BFE of 8 and you want to build at 8.2?
What I said was that the minimum required elevation is 10 feet, which is, the 10 feet is based on an 8-foot base elevation plus 2 feet of freeboard.
Then I'm confused. So this is for a variance on your BFE, which means you're below 8. If you're telling me your BFE is 8, but you're telling us you're starting at 8.2. Pardon me, Beck. Let me just check. Did you hear what he said?
Our current code adopted in the BZO now adopts the 2-foot elevation we are now at 10.
We're requiring the BFE.
We are requiring the DFE, so he's asking for a 2-inch variance.
No, he said he's starting at 8.2.
Yeah, hold on.
So that's an 18-inch. No, that's
It's a 1.8 foot, I thought.
yeah, I agree with
He's
you.
asking for a 1.8 foot variance.
Right.
FEMA is requiring 8. The town,
Right, I understand.
the town of Hempstead is now requiring
But
10.
now we're adopting the DFE.
Yes.
Huh, good to know. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
Wait.
Again, the variance of these requirements allowing the proposed 8.2 feet elevation for the sunroom was applied for from New York State and was granted in a decision dated August 5, 2024, petition number 2024-0304. In its findings of fact, the state found that the applicant and the local code enforcement official agree that the proposed sunroom addition will not represent a substantial improvement, and that pursuant to a FEMA publication titled Substantial Improvement / Substantial Damage Desk Reference, structurally connected lateral additions, even if such additions are below the base flood elevation, are allowed when such additions are not a substantial improvement. In its conclusion of law, the decision stated that the proposed variance will not substantially adversely affect the code's provisions for health, safety, and security, security period. Strict compliance with the provisions of the Uniform Fire Prevention and Building Code would entail practical difficulties or unnecessary hardship and would otherwise be unwarranted because such would be unnecessary in light of alternatives which, without a loss in this level of safety, achieve the intended purpose of the code. In its determination, the state granted the variance with the following conditions. 1, that the addition by itself or coupled with any other incidental construction taking place under this permit shall not be a substantial improvement. 2, that all materials for the addition and all new construction below an elevation of 8.2 feet NAV 88 shall be flood resistant. 3, that any new electrical and mechanical equipment and devices be located above the BFE or suitable for wet location. 4, that in all other respects the applicable provisions of the current uniform code shall be complied with, including but not limited to the code's provisions for flood events in the underfloor space of the addition. As such, it is respectfully requested that this board respect and comply with the decision of New York State and grant the variance requested.
Any questions from the board? Not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Sir, you will be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you very much. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
All in
You too.
favor? Any opposed?
Sorry.
Have a good day, sir.
Next, we have case 61825, Wantaw, Michael Gucci, variances, lot area occupied, side yards aggregate, construct addition, rear roofed over porch and portico, all attached to dwelling, also known as 3370 Emmerich Avenue.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Lisa Koshia with Permits R Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, number 396, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. I'm here representing Mr. and Mrs. Cucci, who are proposing a one-story addition. This property is located in a Residence AA zone. The proposed addition will increase the lot coverage to 34.32%, where 25% is required. The existing side yard aggregate is 16.83 feet, where 17 feet is required, and the new one-story addition will be keeping in line with that established setback. We have spoken to almost every neighbor in the radius and a couple just outside of the radius, and they all have no objections. I also have signed consents from all of them except for the neighbor directly behind my client. They did not have an issue with it. However, they did not want to sign a document, but they said that they do not have an objection to it. I also have a written statement to the board that my client had written and asked me to read to you here today for the record, if that's okay, if I could read that to you. We would like to introduce ourselves. Our names are Susan and Michael Cucci, and we are the owners of 3370 Emmerich Avenue. We are current owners of 1710 Wantaw Avenue and have resided in the same house for 40 years and others totaling over 60 years in the Wantaw community. Our plan is to move to Emmerich Avenue and renovate the existing house. We are currently in the variance process pursuing a building permit to add a one-story extension to the existing rear of the structure. The proposed extension will not in any way exceed the code requiring a 15-foot minimum to the rear property line. The variance is being sought for ratio lot coverage reasons. The proposed extension will create a true one-level living space, creating main floor laundry, wider interior doorways and hallways, level flooring and safety upgrades such as curbless shower entrance and grab handles installed in new bathroom spaces. These changes would help allow us to age in place in a community which we call home for more than 60 years. The home will remain as it is now, a single-family, one-story, three-bedroom, two-bathroom dwelling. Our daughter, husband, and 3 children, who currently reside in Wantaw, will be purchasing our home, which is located across the street and down the block to 3370 Emmerich Avenue. The close proximity to us will help ensure our comfort as well as for herself and her family. Many friends and family members have mentioned to us, why endure the stress of a variance construction and final costs when you could easily move out east on Long Island or relocate to a different state? Our response is always, we want to remain where we have resided for 60 years while staying amongst our family, friends, and long-lasting ties to our greater Wantaw community. We would kindly like to thank the board members for their consideration and understanding. Sincerely, Susan and Michael Cucci. I'd like to submit the statement as well as the letters from the neighbors, please. Thank you.
Will your clients agree to a condition that the rear roofed over open porch and portico will not be further enclosed?
Yes.
other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Kachia, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision. once it's
Second.
rendered.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any
Thank you.
abstentions?
Have a great day.
Two.
Wait, did this get adjourned while I was asleep?
Which one?
Oh, we're second.
No, second call. Okay. Who is?
Or should we let Pavone go?
Who's here? What is Pavone here on?
Pavone's only 11 o'clock. Pavone's getting those billable hours by sitting here.
Okay. Next, we're second calling case 61925, Levtown Catering Incorporated, also known as 2686 Hempstead Turnpike. Mr. Chairman, this is an application for adjournment. No.
Miss Lowe is here.
Good morning. I apologize. I was planning to see you today, just not till 2 p.m., so I apologize. Good morning. My clients have recently decided within the past few days that they are no longer sure what they are going to do with the premises. And as a result, we are requesting an adjournment for a couple of months so that we can try and get them on track. They're coming into our office tomorrow. I don't even believe that they are necessarily going to move forward with a restaurant still. So
What restaurant was it? I probably should know, but I don't.
it was a catering company, excuse me.
What was it called?
Levittown Catering.
Oh, just like the caption.
Yep.
It's not in operation now.
No.
I've never heard of this.
I believe they have a few different options up in the air. The soonest appointment my office could get them in for was tomorrow. I did speak with them yesterday in regard to whether or not we should withdraw the case altogether or ask for an adjournment for a couple months out. And I think the best course of action, just so that we, maybe necessarily don't have to start from scratch if they do decide to move forward with the catering company, would be to, adjourn. And then in the event that I have to withdraw, I can do that at a later date.
Okay, Ms. First, could you explain what that portion of the application that reads failure to maintain the required unobstructed windows of 15% minimum?
I've never seen it before.
The code states that you are required to, all businesses are required to have unobstructed windows of at least 15%. So that means that they're not allowed to cover them with signs, paper, or so forth. From what I know,
15% of the windows?
Of the-
No,
15%.
of the surface area has to be windows.
Does that include just the front surface area or the entire surface area of the structure?
It's the front.
Is this as a result of an incident that occurred in North Hempstead several years ago?
That I do not know. I was not a commercial plan examiner.
It's so interesting because I think we've all seen cases.
We've all seen the new diner.
Yeah.
There was a couple of cases.
Yeah, but I feel like I've seen a lot of businesses that don't have 15%. Now I'm going to be looking because I've never heard of this before. And not to say they don't have it, but like they have it, but they've got curtains covering it.
We also don't have a lot of nightclubs being transformed into other type of uses. So most of our nightclubs that we had were all done in the 80s and the 90s. So
that rule wasn't in place then?
No, it was not.
I take it you could close the curtains at night when you closed?
Correct.
Okay.
Patrick, a date?
Well, sine die maybe, if they don't know what they're going to do?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
So since they're not sure they're moving forward, are you pretty confident they're not moving forward with the exact plan here? So whatever they do, they have to go back to the building department?
I think whatever they would do, they would likely have to go back to the building department. I would love to say that I was confident in anything that they were doing, but up until about 2 days ago, they were pretty gung-ho about this. So I would assume maybe February or March would be best.
Yeah, That's what Patrick,
March 11th,
March 11th?
2
What
p.m.?
time?
March 11th, 2 p.m.?
That might give you the ability to get them,
Yeah,
give a deadline so they can make a decision.
I agree.
good.
That was the
Thank you.
chairman's thought.
At least 3 months.
And you said 2 p.m., Pat?
How's married life?
I've been with my husband, well, my now husband, for 15 years. So it's very similar to non-married life, but it's cool to, be able to call him my husband and have his brutal last name. But other than that, it's great.
What's his last name again? I still call you Miss Lowe.
It looks like Chianese, but it's Chianese, or everyone says it different. On our actual wedding, Chianese, on our actual wedding night, on the way back to the hotel, I said, all right, we've been together a long time. Which one is it? Because his mom says Chianese, he says Chianese. Like, pick one.
It's like,
So yes, in Italy, it's Chianese. In America, it's Chianese.
it's like McKevitt and McKevitt.
Yeah, so.
And at one of my favorite Italian restaurants, there was a dish called chicken Chianese, and everybody calls it chicken Chinese.
Yep. Yeah.
In any event,
I certainly
That's-
miss Lowe. I can't say that I don't, but that was his one ask. So
okay.
thank you guys. I'm sorry again for
Welcome.
being late.
Have a nice holiday if we don't see you again.
Likewise.
All right, it is not yet 11 o'clock, so I guess Mr. Bavone is going to have to sit there for a while.
100 days.
I'm sure you are.
That's my streak, every day for 100 days.
You're
I work on my Italian.
oh,
And your son, every day I get a thing.
90 meetings, 90 days.
No,
Which son?
Your son John is doing it too, but he's got a huge streak. So every day my thing.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna do that. I better.
Okay, cases 611 and 612 of 2025, Oceanside ML Oceanside Holdings LLC, DBA T-Mobile. These are renewal of grants to maintain a second sign not permitted, an existing panel on a light pole, setback 7 feet from Long Beach Road and 6 feet from the rear property line, maintain a double-faced illuminated detached ground sign, setback 6 feet from Long Beach Road and 10 feet from Mott Street and within the clear sight triangle. Do I have any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I make a motion on file number 611 and file number 612, Oceanside ML, Oceanside Holdings LLC, doing business as T-Mobile, to be granted as requested, 5 years with conditions.
Same conditions.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Next case, 613 of 225, Oceanside, Molnar Performance Inc., DBA TJ Automotive, renewal of the grant to maintain a double-faced illuminated detached ground sign, overall size 120 square feet, 60 square feet per face, overall height 18 feet, setback 1 foot from Long Beach Road and 10 feet from the side property line. Property address is 3401 Long Beach Road. Do I have any questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
I have a motion for 61325 Oceanside be granted temporary with same conditions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Same conditions. All right. Case 614 of 2025, Belmore, has been adjourned to December 17th at 11 a.m. Case 615 of 2025, Oceanside, 1M2S Family Limited Partnership, DBA Sherwin-Williams Paint. This is a renewal of grant to maintain one double-faced detached illuminated ground sign, overall height 17 feet and setback 0 feet from Long Beach Road property line. Property address is 2994 Long Beach Road. Any questions, comments from the board
Mr. Chairman.
about amending the caption?
Yeah, I move, yeah, we should amend the caption, council had already mentioned, to say paint instead of point, so that I'm clear in the future that Sherwin-Williams doesn't make points, it makes paint.
Well, they may make points too if you put it on a credit.
That's a good point, Joe says. That's a good paint. That's what we'll say from now. Mr. Chairman, I would move that case 615 of 2025, affecting the property at 2994 Long Beach Road in Oceanside, as you previously described it, be renewed for a period of 5 years with the same previously imposed conditions.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Case 616 of 2025, Levittown, Rachel Latchow is trustee of the Latchow Family Irrevocable Trust, mother-daughter residence. Property address is 79 Periwinkle Road in Levittown. Any comments or questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Go ahead, Joe.
I move that case 616,
What about the glass-sided
yes,
slider door on the rear entrance on the second floor?
at 79 Periwinkle and Levittown, that there was discussion on the record to change the door on the second floor to sliding glass doors.
Yeah.
So I would,
I agree with that being changed, and the, just for the record, the applicant agreed to that condition, so.
Other than that,
I move that this case be granted with the recommended conditions
the daughter.
on the door.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Case 617 of 2025, Seaford Janet A. Weiss, variance construct addition lower than the BFE attached to the dwelling. Just commentary, they have an approved state variance to build a 14 by 22 foot sunroom lower than the base flood elevation. Any comments or questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Well, I think, I just wanted to note that I think we should, I would like to make a motion that we change the caption, because the caption says that they're asking for to construct an addition lower than the BFE, which is the FEMA requirement. And in fact, the FEMA requirement is 8, and they want to construct this at 8.2. So what they're really asking for, and have already gotten from the state, is a variance from the DFE, otherwise the design flood elevation, which is 10. So the state, that's the state imposed level, and our county, our town now has adopted that. So we need to change the caption to read variance to construct an addition lower than the design flood elevation attached to the dwelling. So I would just move that we amend the caption to accurately reflect what the request is.
And then approve it. I assume you want to approve it. Is that correct?
Oh, and approve it. I thought Joanne was going to make that motion. And I move that with that change, we approve the request.
With conditions?
With the conditions that were imposed by the state in granting of its variance for the same exact application.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Any opposed? Case 618 of 2025, Wanto Michael Cucci. Variances, lot area occupied, side yard aggregate, construct an addition, rear roofed open porch and portico, all attached to dwelling. And the caveat is the applicant's representative agreed to a condition that the rear roofed over porch and the portico not be further enclosed. Can I have a motion?
I move case 618 of 2025, location of property 3370 Amerik Avenue, Wantagh, be granted as requested with the condition that the porch nor the portico be further enclosed.
Second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, case 619 of 2025 is adjourned to March 11th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Now, anything on the reserve decision calendar?
I did all mine.
I did mine. About it, yeah. Council?
I personally have no updates
On page 1.
on page 1.
I think Mrs. D'Amato may have an update.
Wait, Patrick has something to say.
Go ahead, Patrick.
I might want this one, I'm good on.
Which one?
538. 538. From October 15th.
Okay.
The building department did go out and inspect. And they issued them violations.
Oh. Is this the one where the two couples are supposed to?
This is the one where they have like doors. They have like 5 entrances.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So can we get a motion on this in addition? How did they, just a minute.
Yeah. But structural violations, right?
Yeah, there's still more things that they had to file for, so they issued them.
Wait, when we say violation,
No,
are we talking about
deny it.
summonses or those little notice of potential violation?
Attempt to serve, so.
Because summons, I think, would think are stayed.
Dismissed it. That's right.
Although maybe the summons.
I'm with you.
They're not part of it. What do you want this?
Spit in our face.
You know, like if you're pending application for a pool, but you build a restaurant.
All right, does someone want to make a motion on that case?
I move case 538 of 2025, location of property 374 Foxhurst Road, Oceanside, request be denied.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, now. All right. Do you have something on 544, Mr. D'Amato?
I have 4 cases but only one of them that I want to do now because I want to take a look at some more of the materials in the file after having looked at it. But the one case that I looked at that, hold on a second. Okay, sorry. That I thought was, actually, you know what? Let me wait till you pull the file in because I want to check one other thing I just remembered. So I'll do my cases with the, so this one, wait, or maybe.
I make a motion on file numbers 586 of 25 to 588 of 25, that the draft decision be adopted.
Second,
Seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed and abstentions. And on 594 and 595,
John, what about what about the Jewish heritage thing? Do we have a thing on that? The 247? No? Oh, okay.
what we wanted to do. We're waiting for further information. Right, 594, 595, I'm with that.
Want me to make a motion?
I can't make a
You saw
motion.
that? You saw that split units?
Yeah.
It's not gonna obstruct passageway if a
Not at
fireman?
all. Nope,
Okay, then.
nope.
Okay, I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, if you wish, because I know you can't. So I would move that cases 594 of 2025 and 595 of 2025 in Franklin Square. It's the case of Michael Santangelo at 319 Commonwealth Street be approved as requested with the conditions, all relevant conditions.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye. But there's a lot going on there, and I want to look at the plans again. So I've asked council to the board to pull that. We can definitely do that case later. And same with the other. I've got 3 or 4 cases that we'll be able to do because I did all the inspections. 2 of them I just need to look at some more.
So I inspected 548 through 554. I don't know how many other people wanted to inspect it, if any,
I've done that twice, yes.
and I didn't see, I didn't see any negativity
It's
to
a
it.
fine application.
Yeah, I believe,
There's a lot of
I would
queuing
agree.
on that.
I would agree.
The only thing is that it would be subject to New York State Department of Transportation, curb cut.
Right.
Yeah,
Beyond
why
that,
don't you make the motion then?
I think his application was.
Got to do
You
sequel.
make the motion.
On
If
case 548, 554 of 2025 Pathland Holdings Corp. LLC, care of Park Management. It's an application for Starbucks.
He knows to do that.
Yeah.
So we had a request for a rehearing on case 85919, 25 Griddle Lane in Levittown. We granted them a variance for side yard and to maintain a sunroom attached dwelling. The applicant bought the house during this back in 2018. The owner at the time was supposed to follow through with all the permitting and getting everything completed. They never did. They never did. The applicant and the owner now is dormering the house. Found out that that's still open, but it expired. Our grant expired.
Administratively, what can we do? I don't know the administrative. Motion, and I don't know if it'll pass. I move, case number. Can I have it?
859.
I move as it relates to case 859 of 2019.
Yeah.
That we grant we received a letter requesting a rehearing or other relief to achieve the end goal. I move that we reopen the case, sua sponte, and that we re-grant the grant we already made to this new purchaser, rather than have our office bear the burden of all the paperwork associated with having them come in, given that we already granted the exact relief that this person requests, and it was really an administrative issue that caused this to expire.
Second.
Second,
All in favor?
administrative by
Aye.
them, not us.
Joanne?
I abstain.
Well, then it's a denial.
No.
It's gotta be,
It's
gotta be.
unanimous of those voting or unanimous of those present?
I think it's unanimous.
Read it.
Yeah.
I read it.
Okay,
So it fails.
All right, so
all right.
Then grant the rehearing
make that motion.
as requested.
Go ahead.
Joe, you want me?
I move that the board grant the rehearing as requested for case number
859 of 19.
859 of 2019.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
of that?
Aye.
Okay.
I abstain.
Please don't.
No, I said aye.
Yeah, no, I know, but I was being facetious.
Please don't. Oh, I left my bag in the back. I gotta go to the restroom too.
I have to run to human resources.
The same stuff. It's easy peasy. It's no real big deal work for the office.
John, which case was that that we
It's in Levittown.
Who was that?
It's not on a calendar.
Oh.
It's a letter that came in.
Okay. That's why
Request.
I was confused.
Yeah, well, sometimes the voice does go down there.
But we're all, a lot of times, though, like, she's talking all the time and whatever, and like you just sort of like, you can't hear anything. You
I
don't
get
have
it.
anything.
I
You're sort of like in
I
another-
totally get it.
You're sort of like on another planet, you know?
Yes, I do. Is that you, O'Brien? Whoa, you still hanging around?
I said that,
What kind of gas station you got?
I said I'm going to the restroom.
Gas station today?
You know, I'm sorry it isn't, it's actually just a regular house in Islands Park, so, you know, but, if it was a gas station, I would have.
It's funny.
I know.
Town was taking over gas station.
Still surfing?
I always credit you for getting rid of my oil.
And I didn't realize that until I got all the way in there.
And I said, you know, made me a little bit nervous, and I said, you know, I'm gonna do something about it.
You know, I still have 550 tank in the ground, 5 glass tank.
Well, I actually, believe it or not, I replaced one with the tank I put in the ground, but steel, but wrapped in epoxy.
Oh.
So that this way, because people will just use the signal off fire.
Yeah.
But they function. The roots go through them and stuff like that, so it's like.
I know. Well, I have a Leather Ranch house. You know what it is to retrofit it to put gas in the, I do have gas in the house, but to put the boiler in the back, I'm done.
But everything else is good in the world?
Yeah, why not?
Thanksgiving was good?
Yes.
It's amazing how many people I talk to that didn't have turkey for Thanksgiving. Like, this was, you know,
Really?
it's amazing. You know, people like chicken dinner or, you know, what you have, lasagna.
Oh, that's not Thanksgiving.
Well, the turkey thinks it's good.
Yeah.
A turkey thinks it's good.
That's true.
I had this little
Yeah,
meme
the turkey lobby.
that has these turkeys, and the turkeys are talking and saying, "We have no problem with this house. They're Italian."
Good morning session.
It was good. This is still morning, so I'm not too sure anymore.
So, you know, for the woman is not right.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying this.
New York State Code on December 31st. New York State Code. New York State Code on December 31st. Changing.
You know, it reminded me of that
From what?
marathon. Remember that day was supposed
Yeah.
to? And I passed by there. When I go to my mother's house, when I used to go to Supreme Nassau, I'd go up Courthouse Road. You know, like I passed by there. What a shithole. It's right by Carvel.
I gotta fucking drive by it every day. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. I don't know where the board members' copies are. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I didn't do anything. Patrick took the file and.
Christina, did you tell Mr. Vanessa to do this for you?
Okay.
Oh. In the form of when you can't do it rather than.
Okay.
This is the first one.
Patrick?
There's no board member copies.
Next, we'll be calling case 39225, Uniondale, John Kopax, variance, side yards aggregate, maintain addition and garage converted to living space, attached to dwelling, also known as 33 Manor Parkway. Gentlemen, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Wait, this is Island Park or this is that one?
Uniondale. Morning.
Good morning. Okay, there we go. Morning. William Benesso for Chelly Deegan Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Uniondale, New York. Here on behalf of the applicant, John Kopatz. Mr. Kopatz is seated to my right. His brother Alex is seated behind us in the first row. And Mr. Kopatz is the owner of the premises at 33 Manor Parkway in Uniondale.
Mr. Vanessa, give us a second.
Pardon? This is the owner. That's the brother.
We don't have any materials.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is there at least the chairman's copy?
The chairman's copies here, yeah.
All right, we'll just have to share it. The chairman will ask all of the questions for this hearing. He's the only one who has it.
Doesn't really tell you much.
Go ahead, Mr.
The request before the board today pertains to a hearing and decision this board issued back in August of this year. A hearing was held in July. The decision was issued in August pertaining to the property. At the time, an application was made to maintain an addition, or rather modifications to the subject premises, a garage conversion from a garage to living space. And the applicant needed an aggregate side yard setback variance to do so. Despite the fact that the house was built in 1953 and was CO'd with a 14-foot aggregate side yard setback, the building department determined that the conversion of the garage from a garage to living space required that it come back to this board. But that said, no change had been made to the footprint of the house. Be that as it may, the application was presented to the board for the relief requested, and it was presented by Mr. Hugh Schaefer, who was present on behalf of the applicant. And with respect to having read the transcript in detail, it kind of went off the rails when I review what transpired. What occurred was that several neighbors came in and were objecting to the fact that property was a rental and that it was going to be rented. The question was asked of Mr. Schaefer if the applicant would accept an owner-occupied requirement, and Mr. Schaefer said to the effect that he was not sure. He indicated that he did not know whether such a condition could be accepted. And Mr. John Kopak, the owner, was not present. His brother was, but not being the owner of record, he wasn't sure if he was entitled to speak or not, so he sat in the back and didn't say anything. The fact of the matter is, the board granted a decision, granting the relief, but imposing a requirement that it be owner-occupied.
Is this the house that the neighbors are concerned that there are big parties in the backyard and the neighbors think it's more of like a college, that's going to be used as a college rental with lots of students? Is that what's on the record?
Yes, that's what's on the record. Yes, that's what's on the record, and the fact if there were parties occurring there, that a party occurring. The bottom line, though, is that this is a single-family residence based upon the town's requirements for what a single-family residence is. There is one kitchen. There are no locks on any of the bedrooms' doors. The property is leased under a single lease to parties who reside there, and it is used for rental housing for this is in close proximity to Hofstra, so there are students who are living there. But the fact of the matter is that is still deemed a single-family house. It's not a dormitory, it's not a multifamily house, it's a single-family house. All that being said, Mr. Kopatz, having retained us, is now understanding of, what his obligations are as a property owner and as a renter. He now has, and I provide a copy to the board, a rental permit from the town for this, and he has either applied or received rental permits for all of the other properties that he owns in connection with in the Uniondale area and elsewhere. So that has been filed for and that has been corrected. He has permitted an inspection of the property. The inspector reviewed the basement, reviewed the entire house, confirmed that there is one kitchen, that the basement is basically one large room. It does have a bathroom in the basement, but it's one large room with a washer and dryer. And then there are 8 bedrooms as converted. Yes, sir.
Mr. Vanessa, have you been inside the house?
I have not been inside the house. I have not.
Gia goes inside the houses. Miss Pangallo goes inside the house.
Better than me being inside the house, the town has been inside the house. The inspector has, otherwise the rental permit would not have been issued if it was anything more than a single-family house.
And in that regard, that was the next thing. Ms. First, would you like to add anything about this case to the record for us, please? She is privy to all of the information obtained by the town.
I have a question about the bathroom in the basement. Okay, you have it labeled as finished storage, but the bathroom implies habitable space.
The bathroom is what?
Implies habitable space.
Oh, she's saying it implies the whole basement is a habitable space.
Well, there's no cellar entrance. It was removed. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Well, the cellar entrance not being there and having a bathroom in the basement makes it even more of a fire hazard.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
There isn't. Sure. Into the microphone.
You go.
Hi, my name is John Paul Kopaz. The address is 204 Radcliffe Drive, East Norwich, New York, 11732. I wanted to address that there is not a door to egress from the basement, but there is an egress window that is specifically to egress code should anyone need to escape from the basement for any emergency. That window is provided in that open space. And as far as the bathroom goes, there was an existing permit, I believe, for a basement bathroom before the.
So you didn't install that bathroom?
There was a renovation to it, but it was already.
Hold on, let's just see.
Rebecca First is a senior plans examiner with the Department of Buildings for many, many years. She is an authority. She is an authority on when she speaks about building codes, et cetera.
The having finished storage, it labeled as finished storage, which implies that the basement's only being used for storage, and then having a bathroom down there. The bathroom implies that it is habitable space. So you having an egress window and a bathroom implies that it is going to be, even though your intention is not to be used as habitable space, you're renting it out to renters, which will use it as habitable space.
So then, Becky, what would have to be done to make it non-habitable space?
I would suggest removing the bathroom from the basement.
Entirely, or
Correct.
just the shower portion?
I would suggest just the shower portion, if economically, the shower portion, so that we cannot use it as that. But again, if you're using it as a rental space, okay, you should be removing the entire bathroom because you are not controlling what is going to be done in that basement. If there is a fire down there, then you will have an issue.
Even though you have an egress window.
Right. Are you prepared to remove the shower in the basement, in the bathroom in the basement?
I was hoping we could keep. Is there a way to change the basement?
I hope, but that's not going to work.
Can the basement be permitted as habitable space?
Not in the town of Hempstead.
Okay, so there you go. You can't use it as habitable space, so you got to remove the bathroom.
Well, Becky, why sometimes do some basements get permitted that way. I mean, we get people in here who come in for cellar entrances for basements that are finished space, that have a shower, a whole three-piece in the, or whatever. And they already, they're not coming before us for that. They already have a finished basement. Like, they don't have necessarily rooms, but they have a full bath. I mean, I've seen a lot of, I don't understand.
I can't answer to
Okay.
how
But no,
specific houses.
from what you know, they don't do that.
From what I know is if you were going to label a storage space, having a bathroom down there is indicating that it's not going to be used as a storage space. There's no reason to have a bathroom if you're going to be storing boxes down there.
What if they,
How do people come? Some cases we get, and they're not coming to us for the basement, but we get some cases where the basement has a full bath that's already, it's not before us, it has a permit.
But I can't answer specifically to each case.
Yeah, I'm just confused.
In general, from my experience, I do not approve finished storage in a basement with a
I
bathroom.
agree. I mean, I see, I can get concerned for the same thing, and especially when it's a rental because you're not controlling.
but theoretically, if they modify their application and file it as habitable space with a bathroom and with a egress window, wouldn't that be a permitted habitable space?
You would need to specifically show the egress window because I'm not seeing the egress window on the plan and label it as a recreation space.
Okay. Well, then, I mean, I don't see why you would agree to do that? You would refile?
What is the ceiling height down in the basement?
We don't have papers.
No.
What, you can't hear you?
I can't tell you the ceiling height offhand. I don't have that.
When was the house built?
House was built in 1953.
Here's some plans.
It's probably less than 7 feet.
We do have a basement floor plan if you have that, a cellar plan. Do you have
Does
that?
it show the height?
No, it does, no.
No, there's no elevations.
No, it doesn't show the height.
And the stairs are set up, so you come in the front door, you put in hold on, let me see. So they could, make a little foyer.
I don't think so.
Again, we're really getting into building department and occupancy issues as opposed to what's truly before the board, which is
Well, there's more stuff that's coming out at the hearing at this point.
but
Listen,
if my client agrees to file and obtain the necessary permits for a habitable basement and make necessary modifications for a habitable basement in a single-family house, he's certainly entitled to rent that house to residents who live in it as a single-family unit. That's the definition of a single-family house.
Right, but you know, we can also see from the permits that someone, not your client, used it improperly, because there's stuff about moving the kitchen sink out of the basement and all that stuff. I'm not suggesting your client did that, but if you were to sell the house, you know, it's all set up to become an apartment again. Now, again, I'm not faulting.
No, I don't agree with that.
I understand.
There's no cellar entrance. You'd have to come in through an egress window.
Well, there was a cellar entrance and it could be, but it doesn't matter. I don't want to extrapolate out like that. I'm just saying what happens is when information comes before us in the course of a hearing that leads us to be concerned about safety issues like the egress window, which I know has been rectified, etc. And the fact that it's potentially being set up as habitable space and may not be safe in that fashion, we would be negligent not to look into it. I'm not saying that, I'm not going to opine about the nexus of the inquiry to the issues that we're concerned about, but we can't just ignore safety stuff. So we're just trying to walk a fine line here.
But the safety requirements, and clearly that is a concern of the boards, doesn't have a relationship to the condition of owner occupied. That is the issue that is before the board.
It's owner occupied we'd know he was here telling us he's not renting it out, and he would be living there overseeing it. But when it's a rental, he's not gonna be there. So there is a, I understand.
People are permitted to rent their single-family houses out as long as they are compliant with town building ordinances and codes. He is committing to make the building compliant to town ordinances and codes.
Understood. Oh, Miss First has informed us that this application that's before us, while the only part of the application needing zoning relief is the garage conversion, the same application has on it interior alterations to the basement.
Okay.
So there is a little more of a nexus, but either way, let's just get the problem solved. Did you discover the height of the basement, Miss First?
For right now.
See, ironically, they had a permit for the cellar. They took it out, but they had to remove the kitchen sink.
It's just open.
The problem is the teenagers will like.
I don't like the way they react.
Okay, so if I have to take out the bathroom, I guess I would if I need to.
Well, I think we were gonna ask you if that's something you would agree to do. Are you willing to do?
I'm willing to do that if I can.
Mr. Vanessa, is there still a
Mr. I could
is there still
shorten
a
this up.
swimming pool on the property?
Is there still a swimming pool in the
No,
property?
there is no swimming pool.
Okay. My client just advised me that if the board is willing to remove the owner occupancy requirement, he will remove the bathroom in the basement.
The full bathroom?
The full bathroom. He'll accept a condition that there be no bathroom in the basement.
I think that's great.
And file an application to remove the above ground pool with the fencing.
The pool was.
There was never a pool when I purchased it. There hasn't been a pool that I know of. I did see a pool in the old drawings of the house originally, or maybe 50 years ago. However, to my knowledge, I mean, I know that there's no pool.
Right, good.
There's a closed, Becky, there's a closed building permit for a swimming pool. Does that have to get?
The pool must be removed, an application to remove the pool must be filed and to maintain the fencing.
All right.
How would he do that when there's no pool there to remove?
It's just documents that have to be filed.
So in other words, Mr. Kopacz, you'll file a permit. By filing a permit to remove the pool and by the building department granting that, you can't at a later date just install a pool.
Someone else that you sell it to.
I have no intention of putting a pool.
Right, Mr. Vanessa understands,
But
just a little paperwork.
you'd be prepared to file an application to remove the pool even though it's not there.
Yes, and I have filed, it was brought to my attention that a fence needed a permit, and there was a permit, I did apply for a permit for a fence.
Oh, yes, that's an open permit.
Right.
Is that coming before us, or is that as of right?
That's as of right, and I will go back to the department and retitle the permit.
So you're willing to remove the full bath?
Remove the bath in the basement, the full bath in the basement.
Which will bring him into compliance.
And file an application to remove the pool.
Thank you, Mr. Vanessa.
And other than that.
Right.
The board has already granted the relief for the aggregate side yard setback. We would simply ask that the board remove the restriction on the requirement for owner occupancy so that as originally intended and had Mr. Kopatz's brother known he could testify, he would have gotten up that day and said, no, my brother and I have bought homes and we renovate them and we rent them. And particularly in the Uniondale area, close to Hofstra, which this house is, there is a need for rental housing for students, but it is a single-family house as confirmed by the Town of Hempstead Building Department. So that is the request.
Any other questions from the board? Now, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Benesso, you and both of your clients who have signed in will all receive copies of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered. Thank you very much.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Next, we have case 51925 near Island Park, Joseph Brazil. Variances: height exceeds number of stories, lot area occupied, construct 3-story dwelling with balconies, outdoor spiral staircase, demolish existing dwelling, also known as 1047 Delaware Avenue. Gentlemen, please stand.
Oh, sorry.
Raise your right hand.
I know sometimes they waive it for attorneys, but other people say they should be sworn in twice. Whichever way you look at it, it's fine with me.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Please take a seat. State your name and address for the record.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Kevin O'Brien from O'Brien Law PC, offices at 462 Sagamore Avenue, East Williston, New York. I have seated to my right Mr. Joseph Brazil, who's the property owner and the applicant. I was also going to introduce my architect, but my architect is not here, so it'll be us. This is an application of Mr. Brazil for premises at 1047 Delaware Avenue, Island Park, New York, Section 43, Block 91, lots 162 and 170. The applicant seeks variances to raise and rebuild his existing home in Island Park and construct a new net zero home with variances that include number of stories, height, lot area occupied. Just sort of a side note, so this is in Island Park, and as we all know, during Sandy, Island Park was sort of ground zero, the epicenter of the storms and the flooding that was going on. As a matter of fact, I'm in the fire department, and I remember the Thanksgiving of Sandy. The firefighters over there were just completely worn out, working tirelessly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, continuously. So I remember them reaching out to the other fire departments, actually in Nassau County and Suffolk County, to see if they could assist them so that this way, bring our equipment and let them have a Thanksgiving dinner, with their families instead of manning the firehouse. And what I thought was kind of ironic is that none of the kids wanted to go, but every firefighter over 50 years old wanted to get away from their own families, come down to Island Park and say, we got to go. We're needed over here. So there was a strong need and demand, at that time, for assistance. So Mr. Brazel's home, and do you have the aerial? This is a large one. If I could submit this. Now, this is a FEMA map that they gave us when we started the project. It's an older one, though. I think it's like 2009, but you'll see a pin on it where this particular house is located. And it's actually our next door neighbor's house is within the flood zone. We're technically not. It might have been updated a little bit, from that, because this is 2009, but it's still considered not in the flood zone. Right next to the flood zone, and we actually have water that comes up through the basement of our house to this very day. And if it's not in the flood zone today, maybe next month, maybe next year, but certainly it's going to be shortly.
Wait, Mr. O'Brien, are you going to make the record about the changes or do you? If you don't, we will. But
okay, well. I'll start off with what we're doing, why we're doing it, and the nature of it. And I have some pictures, and I have some consent from the next door neighbor, which I'll be submitting as well. I just first want to explain a little bit about the net zero. Here you go, the net zero home. Let's see, we'll submit some photographs. But the net zero home, which I was not necessarily familiar with myself, I'll have to be honest. Is that it's probably the direction we should be moving, because essentially what it is, there's going to be solar panels on the roof, and it kind of dictates a little bit about how the house is designed. But there's going to be solar panels on the roof, and there'll be a geothermal for the heating over there. So technically, this will be really kind of completely off the grid in the sense that we won't be drawing any power, any fossil fuels, and the like. And Mr. Brazel will be building these elsewhere, but he's doing it, he's kind of putting his money where his mouth is, and he's doing it for his own particular home. So, like I said, it does dictate some of the design elements with respect to it. And as we said, we're here technically for a 3-story, exceeding the height. The height is 32 feet, where 30
From the
is
crown.
from the crown. Yep, correct. So, we're off by 2 feet technically there. It's being defined as a 3-story. We sort of respectfully disagree with that in the sense that if you go to the ground level is not habitable living space at all.
Are you building the first level FEMA compliant?
Yes.
Thank you.
So that would be so then the first floor is a regular first floor, which will be habitable space. And
Which to the outsider will look like a second story.
Correct. And the second floor, which is being defined as the third floor, will also be habitable space. We meet the lot occupied area if you would take off what the town is describing as a balcony. We're describing it as a fire escape. So if you didn't have that, the footprint and everything would be fully compliant, the lot occupancy would be fully compliant, but it is that what the town's calling a balcony, which we're calling a fire escape. It's 406 square feet, if my recollection is correct, and that kind of puts us over the area. And we think it serves 2 purposes. One is the fact of having a fire escape, because it is a higher structure, quite frankly. And the second part, it gives the building a little bit of an architectural break. Because otherwise, we do have some photographs of some of the homes in the area that have been built with the FEMA standards, but some of them are just, if you look at it, just looks, without the architectural break. Is that the phone? Okay, here we go. If I could submit this photograph, this is what we were trying to avoid architecturally. So,
Who took it?
I'm sorry?
Who took the photographs?
Oh, Mr. Brown.
When were they taken?
Yesterday.
And they fairly and accurately represent what they purport to, is that correct? Okay, and we'll accept them in evidence.
Do we have elevation?
Let's see, elevation, you should, as part of, she's talking about the visual part of what the house will look like.
Should be part of the plans.
Let me see if I have one that's been separated out.
Okay, let's make a few pieces of this record.
Sure.
What is, you said the neighbor right next door to you, you're in that hatched X zone on a FEMA map, right? And the neighbor right next to you is in fact in a flood zone defined by FEMA.
Yeah.
What is the base flood elevation of the neighbor next door? Do you know?
I think it's 8
Becky?
feet. I think it's at 8 feet. I think there's
Well, it varies. Let Becky find out. Okay. Okay, so I'll make this record while you're doing that. So we have learned, me at least just today, I don't know if others learned prior to that, from Ms. First, that the state has already changed its rules in terms of the FEMA, in terms of its response to FEMA maps. As of January 1st, as I understand it, the state's already enacted law will go into effect. And those homes that are in the hashed X zone, which yours is, will be required to comply with FEMA of the zone that borders it. So in this case, you would be required to comply with your neighbor's FEMA zone requirements. As I understand it, that's how this house intends to be constructed. Where that matters to us is because right now, using the height from the crown, you're asking for a 2-foot height variance.
Correct.
And even though you only have 2 levels of living space on top of a FEMA level, right now, it is being analyzed under what's our current rule in the States, but in January, would be considered your requirements. And that would, I got to find out from the BFE, excuse me, but that would mean that if, according to the state, if you built this house, if the BFE works out, if you built this house January 1st, you would be complying, you would be required to build this house as you're proposing it, and with the FEMA first, not habitable space, and you would not need a 3-story variance because it would be called a 3-story FEMA, which means a 2-story house on top of the required FEMA. And I just want to confirm you wouldn't need a height variance. And that's why I need to know the neighbor's BFE. And I need these elevations.
The elevation required, if they were in a special flood hazard area next to them, would be elevation 8 as the BFE, with New York State adding 10, where our adopted code would have them at 10. I would also like to read into the record the amendment that will be issued, become effective on January 1st.
Okay, with one caveat. The one issue, okay, no, do that first. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Amendment and remuneration R306, flood-resistant construction, formerly R322. Required flood elevation shall be higher of BFE plus 2 feet, plus 18 inches for coastal zones or flood elevations on flood maps, unless manufacturers have designed equipment to submerge. All systems may be elevated to require elevation.
Read it clearly.
Yes, I got to pull up. Oh, it's not allowing me.
That's okay.
In so forth, it's going to be that all X-shaded zones on the effective flood hazard maps will be required to meet the most restrictive BFE adjacent to them.
Bordering his property. Now, the obvious answer would be, okay, if we're inclined to otherwise grant your application, we'll just wait till January 1st. However, we grant under the zoning code for the town. And the town's code, which will be redrafted to mirror the state code, will not be completed and enacted by January 1st. Correct. So what did you figure out what?
I found it. Buildings and structures erected in areas prone to flooding shall be constructed by methods and practice to minimize flood damage. At minimum, the required flood elevation shall be higher of the following: the base flood elevation at the depth or peak elevation of flooding, including wave height that is 1% or greater chance of being equal or exceeded in any given year, plus 2 feet of freeboard, and a sea level rise of 18 inches in flood hazard areas adjacent to tidal areas. The elevation of the design flood associated with the area designated on a flood hazard map adopted by the community. If flood elevations are not specified, the building official is authorized to require the applicant to comply with either of the following: obtain reasonable use data available from a federal, state, or other source, determine the base flood elevation according to accepted hydrologic and hydrologic engineering practices, which basically means that if there is no base flood elevation on the map next to them, but they are a special flood hazard area, that's how we're going to determine what the base flood area is.
But Ms. First, are you able to tell us what the base flood elevation the state would require him to comply with on January 1st?
On January 1st, the top of his finished first floor will have to be at elevation 10.
Okay, and by looking at his plans, can you tell us, since I'm used to looking at it on the plans, but it's not on these plans, can you tell us what with him complying with a DFE design flood of 10, what elevation his height would be allowed? In other words, would he need a height variance?
If he was in the special flood hazard area?
Yes.
He would not need a flood, he would not need a variance.
He would not mean a height variance.
He would not need a height variance, nor would he need a third-story variance.
Right. Okay, so our problem is that we can't wait till January 1st and grant it because the town code won't be in place. Council to the board is going to figure out how this gets resolved. Because I just want to make the record that obviously this is a situation where this house needs limited variances to comply once the legislation's all in place and the state's is. So you'll need no relief from the state on January 1st. We're just not sure how to work the administrative aspects of and analyzing this case, but for purposes, it's so unique, but I just wanted to make sure we have the record clear and that we're clear on understanding that you are complying with a design flood of 10 in terms of uninhabitable. And because we are reluctant to grant height variances and number of stories, but you won't need it once the legislation catches up for the town with the state legislation. So it's just important to have that. Miss Christina, is there any other information that need be on the record for your purposes once you work out how to handle this case in terms of the written documents? Okay, we will need, Miss First, I think it would make sense for us to have for the drafting of the decision by the board of some design flood the elevations, FEMA style elevations on the plans, so we can know what the height we're granting.
I will request the design professional update their plans to indicate all of the required
As if it was
elevations
coming.
and heights.
Okay, Mr. O'Brien, so that way, we need that because we grant or deny based on the plans in our file. And right now, we don't have the numbers to justify what we know is the case. Is that all, is that good, Christina, if you get the right numbers?
Mark that as a supplemental exhibit.
Yeah, and then we will be able to say, based on the documents, that he would not need a height variance or number of stories, and that he is in fact. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. O'Brien.
No, that's perfect. You did a fantastic job. I should probably shut up, quite frankly. But you're right. But we did try to design everything to the FEMA standards, so they are. We will provide the board with the additional information that's been requested. We think what we're doing is certainly reasonable and trying to be compatible with everything in the neighborhood. So we would just ask for the board's favorable discretion.
Okay, couple things. We have a letter in opposition. I just want to let you respond to. Oh, okay, let's let you see it. And then while he's doing that, I have a question for the applicant. A little side note. When we built our house, now we're in Lido, so we're on the sandbar, but we wanted to do geothermal, but I don't recall the reason. The experts said it wasn't feasible. I have a feeling it's because of the water table or something underneath, but I guess even though Island Park floods a lot, you're not on the barrier island. So is that why? I would have thought they would have the same problem.
The barrier island is created through sand,
Right.
while his was created, where Island Park was created due to the glacier, so.
Oh, okay, you're in Barnum Isle, right, or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, right. But see, it's by Shell Creek. I would have thought they would be almost similar water table, but I get how the land was.
I would also like to explain that net zero housing, he's doing net zero, which basically means all the energy that he consumes, he's also producing. So it's a balance.
Right, that's why we wanted.
So it's a
heat
balance.
And cold
yes.
can come from that geothermal below. But I was just curious. Oh, and you're asking, I know, but I thought that he's just across the pond. He's just across Reynolds Channel from me. So I thought that would still be sufficiently low, especially given Island Park floods constantly. So I know it's pretty low.
You need a condition. Documents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put that in. We'll talk before we do decisions about how this motion is made.
You have to look at the plans if you want to see.
Listen,
Close, okay,
So
behind you.
they're looking at the back of Brian, so she's behind him.
Oh, I got you.
She's right, that might be them.
I got you.
So she's already complaining about him.
Okay, I got you.
I think that's who it is.
Okay.
I'll have to find out who 219 is, but I'm thinking that's who it is.
yeah, the plan, so we need the plans, new home conditions, plans, amended, and you're gonna ask about the open thing?
Mr. O'Brien, would your client consent to a condition that the balconies or fire escapes, however you want to characterize them, would never be enclosed?
Sure, certainly. So in response to that, the privacy issue, these are not like upper decks where like you're going to put chairs and stuff like that and looking out, because it appears that the individual that has made the comments is behind the premises. So if they're afraid that somebody's going to look into their backyard or something along those lines, it's designed, so it's 4 feet is the width of the of what we're calling the fire escape as opposed to the balcony. So I don't believe with that it's not really living space, but I guess technically it's considered that. But I don't believe there'd be, I respectfully disagree that there'd be a privacy issue because it's not a hangout space, it's an escape space.
What is it? Are they having a rope ladder? What is the method of getting down from that, by the way?
You've got two, right? So you have basically, one is getting down through an exterior spiral staircase. And the other one, does it lead to, go ahead.
A roof hatch in the front to a ship's ladder that's bolted to the house that comes straight down in the pool. Okay. Right? Any other?
Yes, I have a question. On the plot plan.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Do you want to repeat what you just said, Mr. O'Brien? Do you want to repeat what you just said about the?
Yes. So essentially what we're saying is that the escape routes from the rear of the premises would be through a spiral staircase that would lead to the ground. And in the front, there'd actually be a hatch which leads to a ship's ladder, which would just go straight down to the ground.
And it's otherwise pulled in, you said into the house. It's otherwise pulled, did you say it's pulled into the house and it's not permanent there? Oh, I thought you said it was pulled into the house and then you put it out if you need it.
So if you're looking at the plans from the street, the front right corner, there's a faux wall there that sticks out like 4 feet. There's a window in it, which is actually blacked out. It's a faux wall. The ship's ladder is behind that, mounted to the house. That comes down from the hatch at the front right corner.
Okay. Good, Stephanie.
Joanne?
Could I just, I don't know whether you could see it. Is that this little, it's a triangular shaped structure? Can you see it?
It's not on that page, I don't believe. It would be on.
That's a site plan looking down.
Yeah. It's at the front right corner of the building. Bottom right corner.
What is this on the site plan?
Could I?
Yeah, come on up.
Approach.
Go up over here, if they give it to us.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, it's just the flared wall for the entrance to the garage. That's the garage door. There's an entrance there.
Oh, you mean it's being shown open? Like just the sweep of it?
This.
He says it's a garage.
So here's the spiral staircase, and 4 feet out from here is of the fire escape.
So that's what you're calling a fire escape?
And they're calling it a balcony, correct. Yes, and the garage, so this is kind of, it evens it out. So the way the garage, instead of going straight in and seeing the garage doors, you kind of come in at a little bit of an angle. So you go in like that.
Right, so this is hollow behind it. So the ship's ladder is actually mounted to the wall behind this, so you don't see it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come in this way, so it's a portion of the garage, and this line of fire egress walk, that's what they're calling their fire escape, which the building department determined that to be a balcony. That's what that is.
And,
It's 4
and
feet off.
that's funny, why the garage is it like it just pulls in diagonal or something, the garage? Why is it look like that? That's
So
funny.
there's a front out, so when you pull in, it's up there.
Oh, I see. So that is, oh, but it's only 4 by 6 wide.
Is that like an aesthetic? Break it up from
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so you pull in this way, you park the car diagonally.
Okay, so is this what's the faux wall then?
Well,
Yes, that was empty space. Behind here is empty space.
I don't wanna.
This is all empty space. Okay, so we'll wanna we'll want a condition not to ever include, like, not to build that out. Or, no, is that interior?
Yes.
So this is what he was calling the faux wall. Is that, would you ask me if that's what he's calling the faux wall?
Yeah, yep, that's it. There's probably a first floor plan that would show all that cutout.
Is that the faux wall?
Yes, in the front.
And you would agree not to further enclose that?
Correct.
Fire escape, balconies and faux, and the area behind the faux wall. Okay. Any other questions, Joanne? Joanne has no further questions, Mr.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. O'Brien, you and your client will be notified by mail the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second.
Thank you so much. And
All in
we'll,
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm sure counsel to the board may be in contact with you.
yeah, because we want to submit those revised plans showing the elevations that you're, okay, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too as well.
Next, we have case 54725, West Hempstead, Cherry Valley Associates LLC, Storm Baseball Academy Incorporated. Special exception to use part of premises for public assembly and amusement, Storm Sports Academy, variance in off-street parking, also known as 45 Cherry Valley Avenue. Gentlemen. Good morning. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm?
It's still morning.
Nothing but the true stuff you got? Please take a seat and state your name and address for the record.
Still in morning? Yes. Okay.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes. Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. Richard M. Bavone, 308 East Meadow Avenue, East Meadow, appearing as the agent for Storm Baseball Academy, Inc., which is located at 2 Terminal Road, which is located in West Hempstead. Also seated in the first row is Mr. John Rudy, who's the tenant of the application that we filed in regard to this matter. And standing up next to me is Wayne Muller, our professional engineer, traffic expert for this case today.
How are you today, Mr. Muller?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great.
Beautiful day, much better than yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday was a little.
Yesterday, in the freezing, my hands were freezing from taking photographs.
So we can proceed?
Yes, please do.
We'll try to make this as short as possible. Property is located within the town of Hempstead Zone Light Manufacturing Zoning District. The original building was constructed in 1954. In 2013, a parking variance was granted by this board for indoor baseball training across the street, which is on the north side of Terminal Road, for the same tenant who now has taken another space, which is on the south side of the same street. Baseball.
That one too.
Yes.
Both baseball.
Both baseball, yes, that is correct. So that was approved, and the space that he has now, he's been there for a few years, and he needed the additional space because he's finding out that this was a very needed sport that young adults, children go to for training. Yep, America's best, one of them at least, one of the sports. The hours of operation that he has are Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's October to April only. May through September weekend hours are by appointment only. And that these are the same hours that he uses for the facility on the north side of Terminal Road that he does on the new location that he has. Customers contact the office and reserve training either daily or monthly. So it's managed, the people that are coming to the facility. Trainings are supervised. Usually training is one-on-one sessions. And there's 7 total employees for the 2 locations, one on the north, for the north side and also for the south side. Again, the north side being approved. Just want to bear with me. The total number of parking spaces on the site itself are 183 parking spaces throughout the site, although due to the size of the buildings constructed in the 50s and the 60s, they were used as part of the old Island Garden Arena. And these buildings have existed for many years and they've been repurposed over the years. There's a total deficiency of 446 parking spaces and a total of 629 needed. Again, for the size of the buildings that they have, for the type of tenants that are there now. Mr. Muller's going to explain that a lot better than me. That's what he's here for. There are 2 large shopping centers, one to the east on Cherry Valley Road, which is a Stop and Shop, which has parking also, and then also to the south, which is the Cherry Valley Marketplace, which again is the old Island Garden Arena. This is an indoor sport used for none of the residential properties are anywhere near it. I saw that there was a comment online that one of the neighbors in the residential community to the west, and I actually submitted a copy of Google Earth, and he was from 563 8th Street in West Hempstead, and I checked online, and that house is 280 yards away, which is 0.16 miles away from this, which is no access to the property at all. I believe from reading the comment that he may not have understood what this request was. This is a sport facility. It's managed properly. The tenant has been there since 2013 in the original, and then in 2022 on his second. So he's a very successful business owner, and keeping this in the same location in an industrial site works. It's a repurposing of an existing building. I'd like Mr. Muller to also discuss parking, and I know he'll be as short as possible, and you know he has appeared in front of this board numerous times. You're up.
I gotta wait. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Still morning?
Not quite.
No? All right. Good afternoon. Wayne Muller, R&M Engineering Office is at 50 Elm Street, Huntington, New York.
Mr. Mueller, you've been qualified as an expert in traffic and parking on many occasions. Since the last time you were qualified as an expert in those areas, have any of your qualifications changed?
No, they have not.
Then we will again qualify you as an expert in traffic and parking.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As Mr. Pavone indicated, the application before the board is essentially to maintain the Storm Sports Academy, which is located essentially at 45 Cherry Valley Avenue, also known as 2 Terminal Road in West Hempstead. We prepared a report that we submitted previously to the board dated October 27, 2025. Additional copies in accordance with the board's procedures have been submitted this afternoon. As indicated in my report and as described by Mr. Bavone. The application is seeking a parking variance where 629 parking spaces are required for the application for the composite site consisting of various different tenancies. 183 parking spaces are provided on site, and a variance for 446 parking spaces are required from the board in order to maintain the existing sports academy. As part of our investigation into the way that the site functions, we performed parking observations on the property 2 different days. Friday, September 26th, 2025, we started at 5 a.m. and went to 11 p.m. And again on Saturday, September 27th, 2025, from 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning. We looked at all the different parking areas on the site, and then we summarized those observations into Table 1, Friday and Saturday. And what we found was that there were no vacant tenants on the property when we were there. Everything was operational. And what we found was that there's plenty of parking on the property. On Friday, the peak number of vehicles parked was 77, translating to 112 vacant spaces. And then on Saturday, the peak occupancy we saw was 66, translating to 123 vacant spaces. The property is well serviced with access to and from Cherry Valley Avenue. There's a traffic signal at the intersection of Cherry Valley and Terminal and Stop and Shop. We also looked at that and found that operates at an acceptable level of service. Therefore, it is our conclusion that by granting this application, there'll be no significant impacts to traffic conditions, and that there's more than ample parking provided on the property to accommodate the uses that exist there today. Thank you.
Any questions from the board?
I would just like to mention that I frequently after the decision, and it was run very, very well. No problems with parking or traffic. So I think it'll work out very well. Just wanted to go on the record.
Thank you very much.
I might also add that I was counsel to the sanitary district for a period of about 12 years, and I never experienced, nor did I see a problem with respect to traffic or parking in the area.
And I'll show my age. I used to work for sanitary district college, so.
You were there before I was, Mr. Pavone. All right? Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Pavone, Mr. Mueller, and your client, you will all receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Second?
Have a great day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Everybody have a happy holiday.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I guess you won't be back at any time before the holiday.
I will not.
Okay.
Only town board, but yeah.
I'll reserve. I'll be back on the 17th.
No, I will not. Take care. Same to you.
That concludes the morning calendar. We're going to do decisions. All right, so we're going to make some decisions, not necessarily on everything.
Right now.
Yeah, we have 2 hours. All right.
That's right. We have the things we just did. I was just thinking, did we do it?
Case 392 of 2025, which was the 11 o'clock reopening. Any comments? The applicant agreed to remove the full bath in the basement and file an application to remove the non-existent pool.
And fence.
And he had a permit for the fence. He's got to legalize the fence.
Yeah, he's a pending.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion? 392. That was the rehearing,
This was
the
your,
reopening.
is this your case or no?
You can,
It's not my case.
but removal of the full bath.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I make a motion on file number 392, 25 Uniondale, John Colpay's variance for side yard aggregate, garage converted to living space, be granted with conditions that the bathroom in the basement be removed, the fence gets a permit, and they file an application for pool removal of the pool that supposedly is not there.
I second the motion.
Wait, what else?
Are you okay with the permit being a 2-year rental permit? I mean, the building department wants you to.
And that he continue to keep his rental permit.
And we
In-
remove the
in-
previously imposed condition as owner
Correct,
occupied.
so it'll be a modified decision, essentially.
Well done.
Let Mark do that.
Yeah, no,
It's done.
modified decision. I think I got everything.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Chris,
Yeah,
someone?
Mr. DeGray seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Case 519, I think we would like a draft decision.
Agreed.
So we're going to hold that one. And on case 547 of 2025, oh, we need a sequel. Right.
For 5.
You beat me to the punch. Yeah, even I read the captions. Case 547 of 2025, West Hempstead, Cherry Valley Associates LLC. Special exception to use part of the premises for public assembly and amusement, Storm Sports Academy, variance in off-street parking. Property address is 45 Cherry Valley Avenue. We need a CEQA determination on this case. Somebody like to make that?
I move on case 547, West Hempstead, Cherry Valley Associates LLC, that we adopt a negative declaration as to the CEQA determination based on the testimony given, exhibits in the file, and other materials we have reviewed and analyzed.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? And on the application?
On the application 547 of 25 West Hempstead, Cherry Valley Associates, I move that it be granted as requested.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that concludes decisions on the morning calendar.
I just have two quick administrative things.
Two administrative.
So we can finish up.
Go ahead.
The first one is, this is a case that we discussed the other day from Howard Aberkey. One where there's a matter of granted variances for the construction of the person's house. They showed that they had property in the rear that they were able to build on, and they're not.
Okay.
It's not theirs. So now it's going to reduce their lot size, and part of their construction was on that lot. So, yes.
Anyway.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe they have the whole portion of the decking around the pool.
So we granted that case?
No, we talked about how we should handle it. So we told them to submit for a rehearing.
Right, that's
A
the
reopening,
reason I
sorry,
wanted it
reopening.
was for the BFE and DFE stuff. Because then we know
And
we're
we're gonna
granting. I mean, it really wouldn't be appropriate to go, we wouldn't need highway laws if we don't even know, if we don't have plans showing what his actual, what elevations he's actually building. Okay, are we done now for lunch or we got other stuff?
We got one more administrative.
This is the Howard.
Yeah, it's gotta be a rehearing.
Yeah, they wrote me over.
Okay, yeah, I think it's gotta be a rehearing because it's different.
Okay, so someone make a motion for rehearing. Yeah. Go ahead, Joe. Yeah, what do you think? You can say it on the record, so she has it.
Camera now. I moved that case, whatever it is.
468.
I can't read it.
2471 of 2010.
Okay, thank you.
Say it.
Go ahead.
Say it, Joe.
That case number 468 to 471 of,
Come on, Joe.
of 2010, the application for at 939 Jerry Avenue in Lido Beach be granted a rehearing and with better representation, and that the file be sent back to the buildings department for further review.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed?
Any further matters?
So Christina, will you pull those?
There's another one.
We have extensions of time for a case that was heard in January 10th, 2024. They need to secure a building permit. They were granted 2 extensions. Previously, it's a subdivision to construct, and another case, and it was case number 136. It was granted in,
Why didn't they start construction? Those are the ones that I worry, because did they partially construct? Did they not? It doesn't even say start construction or complete construction.
well, it should say here.
It should say one or the other.
Which
No,
one
that
is it?
says secure permits.
Why did, it says,
I know.
oh, okay.
So let's correct. Both are to secure permits, right?
Yes.
Makes more sense. They just got approved in 25. Yeah, that's just wrong right there.
What is this case?
Okay, just go by the case numbers. Okay, case 730. Of course they don't. What's the name? Okay, this is 730. That's their request. This is the other one. And they say it's to secure permits, which makes a lot more sense. Okay, so, Patrick, I don't know who does these parentheticals, because it's either start construction or complete construction, but in this case, their application is secure permits, which makes sense. It was just granted like 5 months ago, but that matters, because when it comes to construction, we always have this issue of, because we created that requirement, a long time ago, because we would have people complain that people would keep asking for more time to complete construction, and it was a mess. It like was an eyesore. Mr. Chairman, I move that we close the morning hearings.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, grab some food in case we have a